Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
Thanks for joining us today for this reading of Psalm 145. I'll be reading from the English Standard Version. I will extol you, my God and King, and bless your name forever and ever. Every day I will bless you and praise your name forever and ever. Great is the Lord and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall commend your works to another, and shall declare your mighty acts. On the glorious splendor of your majesty, and on your wondrous works I will meditate. They shall speak of the might of your awesome deeds, and I will declare your greatness. They shall pour forth the fame of your abundant goodness, and shall sing aloud of your righteousness. The Lord is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love. The Lord is good to all, and his mercy is over all that he has made. All of your works shall give thanks to you, O Lord, and all of your saints shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom, and tell of your power, to make known to the children of man your mighty deeds, and the glorious splendor of your kingdom. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures throughout all generations. The Lord is faithful in all his words, and kind in all his deeds. The Lord upholds all who are falling, and raises up all who are bowed down. The eyes of all look to you, and you give them their food in due season. You open your hand, you satisfy the desire of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in all his ways, and kind in all his works. The Lord is near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth. He fulfills the desire of those who fear him. He also hears their cry and saves them. The Lord preserves all who love him, but all the wicked he will destroy. My mouth will speak the praise of the Lord, and let all flesh bless his holy name forever and ever. This Psalm of David, we definitely see the idea of praising God throughout the whole psalm, and how great God is in his kingdom and his power. When he starts out, he uses a word that we don't use very often in modern day America, the word extol, which means to praise enthusiastically. He says, I will extol you, my God and King, and bless your name forever and ever. That praise enthusiastically, that is something that I think that I personally need more of sometimes. I need to have more of that enthusiastic praise for God. And David certainly has that here. The second thing that sticks out to me in this is in verse 2. He says, every day I will bless you and praise your name forever and ever. And that's another thing that I don't know that I do that well, I that I bless him and I praise his name forever and ever. I don't know that I do that every day like I should. But David does. And David tells us all of the things that he experiences with God and how great they are. In verse 3, he uses the word unsearchable when he's talking about God's greatness. And that is a word that is probably about as accurate as you could get when it comes to his greatness, because we have no idea how great he is. We can read about it, we can look around it and see it, but that is such a small vision, small view of what God's greatness really is and how truly unsearchable his greatness is. In verses 4 through 7, he goes on to talk about, David talks about how awesome God is and his power and the praise to him, and how that should be declared through the generations. And um, that is something that I think that we see happen, but I don't know that we do that we declare those mighty works of His to one another, quite like David is talking about here. That may be something that we could work on. In verses 8 and 9 is he just basically says that God's mercy is available to all of His creation, but that also means that for His creation to obtain that mercy, that they need to seek Him sometimes. So anytime we are in a challenge, we can see that God's mercy is available to us, but we're going to have to go to Him and ask for that and be humble about that. In verses 10 through 13, he discusses the kingdom, the fact that our God is our King. He rules over us. He rules over the world. He talks about His power and how that we will know that His kingdom is everlasting and His dominion endures throughout all generations. It's not a time, it doesn't have a time limit on it. It was here from the beginning and it will be here until the end and through the end. In verses 14 through 20, as he winds up this chapter, he talks about how the Lord is there for us. He upholds all who are falling and raises up all who are bowed down. He talks about how He takes care of His creation and how He is righteous in all His ways and near to those who call on Him, who desire. He fulfills those who desire truth and fear Him. He fulfills their wishes. And he ends with those words of that we probably need to have on our mouth as well. My mouth will speak the praise of the Lord, and let all flesh bless His holy name forever and ever. As we finish up this psalm, there's one thing I would like for us to think about is what distracts me from noticing how great God is. What is it that distracts you on a daily basis from really focusing on that and thinking about that? One thing that we might pray for is praise to God, and for that to be on our lips and on our hearts at all times. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope this reading of Psalm 145 will be uplifting and encouraging to you. Please let us know if we can help you in any way, and hope you have a great day.